And here I am going to talk about the life and important works of Robert Browning. Early life and education. Robert Browning was born in Camberwell, London in 1812 and died in 1889 at the age of 77 years. His father, Robert Browning, was a clerk in the Bank of England. His father had a library of around 6,000 volumes. Browning went to a primary school until the age of 14. Then he was taught at home only by a private tutor. Browning was fond of reading books from his father's library. He read and admired Elizabethan poets and Byron at a very young age. In 1828, he entered the University of London, but he dropped out after just half a year. His marriage. At the age of around 17, he decided that he would make poetry to be his profession. He was very much impressed with the works of Byron and Shelley. His father also supported his interest in becoming a poet. In 1833, he went to Russia for 3 months. In 1845, he met Elizabeth Moulton Barrett and got married to her secretly in 1846 because Elizabeth's father disapproved of their relationship. At that time, Barrett was an invalid confined to her room because of a nervous disorder. They left England and started living in Italy, where their only child, Robert Barrett Browning, was born. His death. In 1861, Mrs. Barrett Browning died and Robert Browning came back to London. He died at his son's home in Venice, Italy in 1889. He wrote about himself in the epilogue of his last collection of lyrics as one who never turned his back but marches breast forward, never doubted clouds would break. He was buried in Westminster Abbey. His works. Robert Browning is known as a great Victorian poet and playwright. He is famous for his dramatic monologues. His works are Pauline. He wrote his first printed poem in 1832 when he was just 20 years old. The full title of the poem is Pauline, a Fragment of a Confession, published in 1833. This work was influenced by Shelley. This poem is a confession of a lover to an unnamed woman. Paracelsus, published in 1835, a poem in dramatic form, it is the study of the development of character. Strafford, play, published in 1837, is a tragedy about the downfall and the execution of Lord Stafford, the advisor of Charles I before the English Civil War. Sordello, published in 1840, is a narrative poem about the fictionalized life of Sordello da Guto, a 13th century Lombard troubadour depicted in Canto 4th of Dante Alighieri Purgatorio. Pippa Passes, published in 1841, a verse drama in the first volume of Bells and Pomegranates. King Victor and King Charles, play, published in 1842 in Bells and Pomegranates. Dramatic lyrics, published in 1842, collection of poems in Bells and Pomegranates. Man and Women, collection of 51 poems published in 1855. Dramatic Personae, poetry collection published in 1864. The Ring and the Book, a long dramatic poem, a verse novel in 21,000 lines, published in 4 volumes from 1868 to 1869. It is a story of a murder trial in Rome in 1698 when a nobleman, Count Guido Franceschini, is found guilty of his wife Pompilia's murder, suspecting her of an affair with Giuseppe Caponsacchi. This poem consists of 12 books. So, list of the important poems by Robert Browning: Porphyria's Lover, Soliloquy of the Spanish Cloister, My Last Duchess, The Pied Piper of Hamelin, The Lost Leader, Home Thoughts from Abroad, Meeting at Night, Evelyn Hope, Fra Lippo Lippi, Andrea del Sarto, Rabbi Ben Ezra. And here this PPT ends.